Hello everybody, welcome back to the Final Fantasy X HD Remaster. So the last video there we took care of the Spheromorph, and at that point we can actually do the second round of the butterfly catcher. This time, unfortunately, the rewards are really lame, but I figured I'd still, I guess, do it. So here the time limit gets reduced by, I think, quite a bit. And so that makes things a little bit more complicated, and really means that you really kind of have to avoid the red butterflies, because we can't really afford to be losing any time. So anyways, let's see here. So that wasn't too bad, and we got the elixir ×2. Again, that's pretty lame, unfortunately, but the rewards aren't really that great until the final attempt. Anyway, I suppose that the very first time they're getting the MP sphere was pretty good, but yeah, kind of duds as far as rewards here. There I stopped just before hitting that butterfly. This one down here is tricky. The one like super close to the camera. So that one's pretty easy to miss. And here's our next one here. That's back in kind of a corner. And here this area gets really tricky. Yeah, I guess just wow, that yeah, it looked like I almost didn't make it in time, but so there's the 2 mega elixirs as the reward. Not too bad, but still, again, not not amazing. But all right. Anyways, let's continue on here. Again, it actually is nice though when you're in an area, or after you've done the butterfly catcher in whatever area that you're in, there are no random encounters, and so that's pretty nice. Here though, unfortunately, because again, for the same reason, like we haven't actually activated the butterfly catcher, so unfortunately that means that there are encounters, and so we'll just have to bust our way through here. Not that big of a deal. I'm honestly, I'm really glad. I'm actually quite a bit farther along in the game now, and so I'm actually just going back and doing my commentary afterward. But I've really been liking Stone Strike, and specifically Titus's weapon here. It's probably the earliest and most powerful I've ever, I guess, yeah, in all of my playthroughs. I don't think I ever really tricked out his weapon to this extent. Again, and it was the weapon that we got from, there was one of the random characters on the way. I think it was the road leading to Jose, and it's just an NPC, and as long as you talk to it, you'll get I forget the original name of the weapon. It might have been the variable steel, and it started out with only +3% strength, but I added Stone Strike, which almost always has or I guess petrification almost always gets triggered. And then I did Evade Encounter, which I really like as well. The only thing though about Evade Encounter is if you're actually trying to make sure that all of your characters get AP for battles, it actually can be maybe not the best thing, because oftentimes Titus will evade and then counter and then kill the enemy because he's got again Stone Strike. And so, unfortunately, a lot of times he'll end up just finishing the battle kind of earlier than we'd really like. But that and then on top of that, I did eventually add First Strike to it, which I also really really liked, and that's just a return sphere. So, Teleport Sphere gets you the evade encounter, and then the return sphere adds First Strike. So really happy with how that weapon turned out, actually.
Hi there. Would you look at this? They always leave me behind. Oh, you want me to scratch you? There. Good boy.
How'd you know what it wanted?
I've always been able to tell how chocobos feel. Maybe I'd make a better chocobo breeder than chocobo knight, huh? Hey, what job do you see me doing? Yeah, I think so too. You know, I might just give it a try.
Okay, so that is Clasco, and our little interaction with him there kind of determines a few things about, I guess, our interactions with him then later on in the game. I mean, I always tell him to become a chocobo breeder. He always, it seems like personality-wise, yeah, he's more, I guess, in tune with chocobos, and so it seems more appropriate to go that route. He's always struggling to keep up, and he doesn't really seem like he's a great, mounted knight, and so, I don't know, always struck me as more of a support type of a person.
That ring, taking up a place like this. He'll be rich by tomorrow, all on account of this celebration thing. What? You buying something from me?
Celebration thing? I like that Awaka never, I think anyway, doesn't admit that it's a wedding. I don't know. It seems kind of random, but here, I don't know. I didn't end up buying any of this stuff. The soft bracer is kind of interesting, but I don't know, not really great stuff here, and it's also really expensive. So definitely didn't end up going this route. Here's the shocking fist. That was the weapon that I got from the Spheromorph. Unfortunately, that didn't even end up being 4 slots. I kind of, in hindsight, maybe would have rather tried getting a 4-slot weapon from it, but I just didn't end up, or at least actually an armor probably would have been better. Something with one of the wards on it, and then having 3 slots. But I don't know, whatever. It didn't end up being the worst thing ever. So. All right, we're going to head on into the travel agency here now, and we've got some dialogue to do.
Seriously. A wedding's not supposed to make people feel this bad, huh?
Come on, don't say that.
I say what I want, ever since I was a kid.
Oh, so you're an adult now?
You know it. Anyways, how long we supposed to stay here, you think?
Hey, don't ask me.
Things have sure gotten complicated since Sir Aron joined us.
You think so too?
Yuna's really quiet. Sitting here like this, you really get to thinking. Sitting here like this.
Can we go now? I'm tired of waiting. Can we go now?
I've heard Lady Yuna is to wed Maester Seymour. It is great news. I'd like to congratulate her. But it is a pity. I'd hoped Lady Yuna would defeat Sin and bring the calm to Spira.
Yuna's still gonna journey, even after she's married.
Ah, that is also great news. Her resolve is admirable. Would you like to hear about Macalania? Lake Macalania is frozen over all through the year. It stays frozen, even on the hottest of days. It is said that the temple's faith is the cause of this fantastic phenomenon. And that is all for today.
Temple not far. Why stop here? Temple not...
Anything can happen.
Make sure you're prepared, right?
There is a saying, hurry up and wait. It means prepare quickly so you're ready for whatever comes next.
Sounds like something an old man would say.
Forgive me.
Hey, just being honest. Hey.
Okay, so I know very, very early on I had mentioned something about the longsword, and I could have swore that the longsword, the original one, was a one-time deal, but it actually does look like we can buy this here from the Macalania travel agency. I don't know if they added that or if that's just always been the case.
Don't forget to smile, remember?
Oh, you're right. I'll try and remember. Smiling.
Right, keep at it. Right.
Lady Yuna, we've been expecting you. We were surprised you decided to come so soon.
Pleasantly surprised, of course. Lord Seymour sends his apologies for having left without notice.
It's quite all right. I have one question, if I may, sir.
Milady?
I want to keep journeying, even if I marry. Do you think that Maester Seymour would let me?
But of course, my lady. Lord Seymour wishes nothing else, I'm sure.
Goodbye.
Well, we must follow Grotto tradition. I'll have to ask you to wait here a little while longer. I'll send someone to escort you.
We're all with you. Do as you will.
Thank you.
Sorry. That was your line.
Yuna!
Yes, sir! Oh no!
Albert!
Okay, so I took a little detour back up the hill. There wasn't really any reason to. Unfortunately, Clasco. So there's a chest, if you notice there, behind Clasco, and unfortunately though he stays kind of in the way for quite a while, and so we're actually not able to open that up for. It ends up being a very long time. Yeah, alright, so anyways, wow. Yikes. Okay, where were we? Going up the hill, yeah, so again, I don't know, I just, zipped down up here to check if we could actually get that quite yet, but unfortunately, again, not the case, and so it'll be quite a while before we can get that. I think, yeah, I swapped over to the Brotherhood just for a little while because I knew that there was a boss battle coming up, and it just doesn't really do you that much good to have a weapon with Stone Strike on it. And also, I probably guess I could have left the Shocking Fist on Riku, because the boss is actually vulnerable to lightning damage. But I don't know. She doesn't really do that much damage anyway, so I guess I didn't really worry about it too much. And honestly, now Titus is such a freaking beast that a lot of the character's damage is just gonna be so kind of pointless. So yeah. So all right, let's head on in.
Stand back.
Thank you. Lady Yuna.
Riku! Tu den kan, a hun we kadrek. Win bunalwig magic yut ayan yakem mat.
Oh no!
Translation?
He's gonna use an anti-magic field on us!
Katras!
Okay, so the Negator disables all magic and summoning. It only has 1,000 health though, and it's really easy to just take it out. So usually I just have Waka come in here and smoke that bad boy. Boom, gets the overkill right off the bat. And then there, even Waka calls for Lulu to cast spells now. I think I ended up doing that, and this thing is vulnerable to lightning. So eventually, I believe I bring Lulu in to do that. Also, I'm not sure here if nope, I didn't. So I've had Titus with the overdrive mode tactician on for a long time, and that's fine, right? When he's running around turning things to stone, but for this battle specifically, it doesn't do me any good, and so unfortunately, I wasn't able to charge my overdrive with him. End of the day, it wasn't the worst thing ever, but really honestly, because I didn't really need it. But here I'm just doing the same thing which that I usually do here, which is to bring all the different characters in at least once. Here it looks like it's immune to armor break. I should have opened up this earlier. Sorry if you hear a bunch of clicking. Let's see. Yeah, here we are, Negator. Look at that. So another, potential armor or equipment drop here that can have 4 slots. I don't know what I ended up with, but honestly, some of these have the alchemy ability on the weapons, which is kind of interesting. That doubles the effectiveness of medicine. Honestly, I wonder if that stacks with Albed potions. I don't think I've ever tried that, but that could have been interesting. In a little while here, we're going to end up not having Yuna for a while, and so some of the other characters have to kind of fill that healing role, and one of those characters that's really good is Riku, because of her use command. Basically there's Albed potions in the game, and they restore I think 1,000 HP and then remove some of the status effects as well. And so again, I don't know, I've never really tried it, but if alchemy is any good, that would be, or I'm wondering if the Albed potions work with alchemy. The problem, though, now that I'm thinking about it, is the chances of you, for one thing, getting specifically a weapon for Riku, your best chances to do that is to probably kill this thing with Riku, but she's not very strong, and so that's going to be really difficult. And then on top of that, I actually really want to be overkilling this enemy too, just to get. Let me see, what are the rewards here? Oh, elixirs. That's not that important. I mean, you get more AP, but I don't know. That's not that big of a deal. There's plenty of ways to get AP. But yeah. Anyways, trying to get that all lined up so that she gets alchemy on the weapon is very unlikely, and I can only imagine how many resets that would take to do. So honestly, probably better to just have. I mean, I don't know. If you can get a 4-slot weapon here or armor, I guess that's great. But they're always going to have either strike or ward. Elemental strike or elemental ward of some sort. And I don't know. That's I'm not that impressed by that. But all right, that's that. That's the overkill with Ixion.
Milady.
Riku! Fem dan vitran!
Aistra guardian of Yuna, Wika? Yuna kva, Fafem kintran, Krak kva.
We tudrek ye moha kegen.
I told him I was a guardian. Well, guess I had to, really.
How come you speak Al bed? Why?
Because I'm Albed, and that was my brother.
You knew? Why didn't you tell me?
We knew you'd be upset.
This is great. I can't believe I've been traveling with an Al bed, a heathen.
You're wrong. We have nothing against Yevon.
But you, Al bed, used the forbidden machina. You know what that means? Sin was born because people use machina.
You got proof? Show me proof.
It's in Yevon's teaching. Oh, not that you know.
That's not good enough. Yevon says this, Yevon says that. Can't you think for yourself?
Well, then you tell me. Where did sin come from, huh?
I don't know.
You badmouth Yevon, and that's all you can come up with.
But that doesn't mean you should do whatever they say without thinking. Nothing will ever change that way.
Nothing has to change.
You want sin to keep coming back? There might be a way to stop it, you know?
Sin will be gone once we atone for our past mistakes.
When? How?
If we keep faith in Yevon's teachings, it will be gone one day.
Why do I even bother?
Riku. Will this move?
Yes!
We're not using that, are we? Wait. Sir Aron isn't Al bed too, is he?
Come on, Waka.
What?
I mean, getting angry just because you found out Riku's an Al bed. You guys got along fine till now, didn't you?
That's different. I mean...
Well, I don't claim to know that much about Spira. And I probably know even less about the Al bed, but I know Riku's a good person. She's just Riku.
Lou?
Just think of this as an opportunity to learn more about the Al bed.
Ha!
Let him go. Give him time to think.
I'm sorry.
You've done nothing to apologize for.
All right, let's ride!
You sure you know how to drive this?
Better than Kamari does.
hope that you're not too mad at Waka.
Hey, not at all.
Thank you.
Say, what do you think of Riku?
Me? She's fun to be with.
That all?
Well, I can tell she's not a bad person.
Yeah. You know what the problem is? She's just another Al Bhed to Waka. Waka's head is as hard as a rock. I bet it's because of Yevon, or, you know, something like that.
Well, there's more to it than that. Waka doesn't like the Al Bhed because of his brother Chapu.
Oh, he used a Machina weapon, right? And got killed by Sin. Killed by my old man. Damn you, Jack.
What?
No, nothing. Hey, can someone, like a human, become Sin ever?
I can't say that I know. But why?
Just a thought.
Sin is the punishment for, and the incarnation of crimes we have committed.
So no one really knows what it is.
There's no need to know, so no one asks. You run or you fight. That is really all you can do. There's no sense brooding over it.
What, that's all? I mean, you don't even wonder?
You really do come from a world where there is no sin, like you say.
All right, so there's some of the big reveals, right? Riku being sort of outed by her brother, you know, as an Al Bhed. There's a Mega Potion. Here, I ran back to grab... There's a level 1 Key Sphere, but this was completely unnecessary. We have to come back this way anyway. And so this just ended up being, honestly, extra backtracking, yeah, I guess. Here's some Evil Eyes. Again, I think I mentioned those in one of the earlier videos, but I kind of like to try to steal from those, although... and because every once in a while you'll get musk from them. It's honestly not really probably the best time to try to steal from those. There's going to be some better opportunities to steal musk, but you know, I don't know. I guess I feel like at least pointing that out. And again, mostly because I think that confusion is the worst of all of the status effects, and so you know, any time I can kind of try to start building armor that has confuse proof is the one I would rather have. Obviously, there's confuse ward and then there's confuse proof. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of musk. I think it's like 48 musk on, you know, and of course that's going to be on armor to get confuse proof. Confuse ward takes quite a bit less, but you know, doesn't also protect as well, or as frequently, maybe I should say, which, you know, I don't know, it almost feels kind of pointless when you know, I don't know, maybe it's just a personal thing too, but I would just rather have, you know, complete immunity to it, or at least as close as I can get. I think even maybe with, you know, confuse proof, I don't even know that that's necessarily the case. I think there's still a chance that you can get, you know, confused, but quite a bit reduced chance. So yeah. So anyways, long story short, I think that you know, it's not a bad idea to start trying to steal those, and especially if you're trying to rotate your members in, at least better than I'm doing here. I did you know, I don't know. I feel like even starting at the Thunder Plains, I started doing a really poor job of rotating characters in. I think mostly, though, because I, you know, was so leveled already. And so rotating characters in to get whatever, like 100 or 200 AP feels pretty pointless at this time. So anyways, we're going to head on in here to kind of like the little area, I guess, in front of Macalania Temple. And one of the Blitzball players becomes available right now named Lina. And I actually messed something up too. If you actually speak with her right away, I think she gives you like 600 gil, and I completely forgot to, and so I lost out, and now I'm poor. But all right, so here's her stats. You know, as of 67, a good 58 pass, 62 shots. Her speed is low, actually. Her speed's only 59, attack 32, and her block is really bad. So here you can see her skills are. So she's got a lot of the shot techniques, a lot of the pass techniques, and a lot of... I mean, honestly, she's just got a lot of skills, period. I mean, she's... You know, a lot of characters don't have access to this many techniques. At the end of the game, she ends up, or at level 99 anyway, she's got 99 pass, which is really good, 60 attack, and 61 block, and then also 92 shots. So she's kind of a strong character, I'm not going to lie. I didn't end up using her because she's actually just a little bit slow. She's only got a 59 speed rating, but... yeah, I don't know, pretty strong generally.
Halt! The likes of her are not welcome in this hallowed place.
She is a guardian.
An Al-Bhed? A guardian? Preposterous.
I've decided to be Yuna's guardian now. And that's all I want.
And that's all one needs to be a guardian.
Very well. I will hold you personally responsible if anything happens.
Ah, Lady Yuna's guardians. I haven't thanked you for your help earlier. Thanks to you, I was able to bring Lady Yuna here safely. You have my sincerest gratitude. It isn't much, but I want you to have this.
Okay, so Trammel gives us the really crappy shell targ there. I think that's SOS shell. But anyways, I'm out of time. So as always, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.